Whoa. Another month. It's fucking August. Um, and I'd say the last month, at least in the journal compared to all the other ones I've had, which isn't many, to be fair, did start this halfway through 2.5 months ago. Um, but I'd say last month has so far been the best. There were certain things I failed at. There were certain goals that definitely were just like not possible to track. I I don't quite know why I did that. Um, and then there are ones that I legitimately just failed because I forgot, which I don't know if I'm gonna let myself forget that part. Uh, but who knows? Maybe that's a good thing. If I don't forget it, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna lose it again, unless maybe like outside factors come in and screw everything up. That's the only time I think maybe I'll fail it without it being because I forgot. It might be because I'm off somewhere and I literally can't. Who knows? I doubt that'll happen, but it could. So I'm gonna try and not let that happen. But anywho, like I said, a full month out of, let me count these: one, two, three, four, five, six. I'm not going to count that one because that was impossible. But out of 6 goals, I got four, five, hmm, 5 of them complete. Only really missing out on one of those goals. And I think that might just be because a lot of them were relatively easy. They weren't super hard. It more just had to do with me actually pushing myself to do that. The goals weren't tough in any way. Uh, this time, one of the goals, I'd still have like some of the easy ones to clarify. Some of the more base level ones that have to do with like finishing video games or media that I haven't completed yet. And I would like to, I would like to hopefully be able to do that, but I don't know. It depends. There, this month in particular, there might be something special going on, so I gotta kind of be careful. Um, but I am going for a harder one. It's not something like adhere to my schedule properly, although I still have that one because that's the one I failed. Um, but instead of tracking my screen time and kind of just keeping it down below 10 hours, which was the average screen time of the week, but that was the goal. And admittedly, it's made me a lot more aware of my screen time, and I've been able to focus on doing other things as well as sort of sitting with my own boredom, which has been helpful in an entirely different way. But um, I have the same one that I failed from last time. I carried it over, and then a I'm having a new one that doesn't necessarily apply to anything else I've had. I'm going to add something new to the schedule, and from this month, I need to sort of adhere to it. And once this month passes, if I succeed, it's naturally going to get easier. But I'm gonna keep this particular goal, even if I succeed it, over onto maybe like 1 or 2 more months, because this one is a lot harder to keep yourself to unless you have a reminder of it. Um, I don't remember actually how long ago it was. I think it was a couple months ago where I had a legitimate self-reflection moment while I was trying NoFap and realized that maybe the reason I'm, having trouble with it so much isn't just because I lack willpower. It isn't just because I can't utilize these ways of tricking myself. I am capable of all of that. But the biggest issue I was having might have been the fact that it's other factors that I don't fully understand or can't fully see. And since then, naturally, I've had quite a change in perspective, as well as a change in the way I think. And while I would say I definitely didn't fully address a lot of the issues that I thought I was having, I also think it might not fully be because of those issues, but those issues are helping. So instead, I'm gonna schedule days on where I don't. I do no fap essentially. I do it and sort of just do it on that specific day. The longer I go on, the more days I add to the week. And I'm going to continue like this until I completely eradicate it. So it's sort of a better way of like actually building myself up instead of just like going balls just going straight up balls to the wall, abstain immediately. I've never been super good at just jumping into something without knowledge of it. So since there's not really much you can do in terms of like studying for this, it might just be better to gradually build myself up. And I guess that's sort of the experiment I'm taking with this month. I want to try and I want to try and follow this. And also to clarify, this little challenge I got doesn't really um, encapsulate any exceptions to the rule. So, for a big example, um, sometimes I just may not feel like doing it and don't do it because of that. And that's fine. That's not a part of the challenge nor the experiment. That's just me not feeling it. I'm not going to do it. It is what it is. I am purely looking to just not do it on the day that I schedule, which is important to clarify to myself because I can sometimes get caught up in how I'm performing and not realize that's going above and beyond more than I needed it to. And it's also something that just kind of happened more naturally, not really something that happened because I was trying. So I don't really see it as a sort of victory, but rather just it is what it is. It's just nature. So that's that's sort of my thought process, and hopefully, now that I've actually established that with myself, I I don't sort of give a false equivalency, I guess. Um, oh, I've also been sort of struggling with the way my schedule's put up because okay, this is more of a problem with me mentally, but um, I sort of believe that regardless of my schedule, if something comes up that I'm supposed to do around the house, then I don't really get a choice in avoiding it. And I may as well just do it because I'm basically living here for free. I mean, I'm not really fucking doing anything. And I think that might be a problem. In terms of adhering to a schedule I put for myself, it surely is. Because I shouldn't be fucking doing that. No duh. But, um, I think it might also just be outright a problem because it's it's more reflective of a sort of attitude I have had for a long time, where I can't really say no, even when it's something that I know I'm gonna do at a later date anyway. So why not just say no now and let me do it the way I planned? And I think I should probably start doing that more, applying that to myself more. So, if that might be something for me to think on this week, though, and report back next time. So, I mean, aside from that, I'm not really sure if I have anything else to point out. Um, oh, I mean, I guess I've been trying to improve my attention span, but I also discovered that in an attempt during like a little bit of research that I did, I might be doing a lot better than I think I am. Uh, I might be measuring it wrong because don't I don't believe it or not, I don't interact with other people all that often. So I might be measuring myself an entirely wrong metric. And what I'm normally doing might actually be way more successful than I think it is.